Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the third dimension. My name is Ruslan, and today we're going to talk about 7 tests of masonry bricks on site. So, how do you check the bricks you have on site? That's the main question for today. Well, we have an infographic that I've prepared, and in this infographic, we have 7 tests which every site engineer or supervisor must do on site to make sure that the masonry being used is up to the mark and the contractor's workmanship is also not falling behind. So let's get started. At number 1, we have the compressive strength test. This is the first and in fact the most important and the most valid tests when it comes to the strength of masonry bricks. In this test, we select 5 random samples on site when a new batch of bricks arrive, and then we take those 5 samples to the laboratory, and under a crushing machine we apply force on it. The result should show us that the bricks has a compressive strength of 3.5 newtons per mm square. It means that before the brick breaks, the load absorbed must be 3.5 newtons per mm square, or 3.5 megapascals MPa. So that's test number 1. At number 2, we have the water absorption test. In this case, we select a few samples from the site and we soak that brick in deep water for 24 hours. We can use a bucket, a water-filled bucket, and we can soak bricks inside. And then before soaking the bricks, we have to record its initial dry weight. And after the second day, after 24 hours, we take it out from the bucket and we calculate its final soaked weight. So the difference between both of them should not be more than 15 to 20%. It means that the brick should not absorb more than 20% water of its initial weight. For example, if a brick is 1 kg and after 24 hours its weight is 1.1 kg, it means that there's an increase of 10%, 100 grams has increased. So that would be considered a first class brick. The limit is 15 to 20%. At number 3, we have the impact test. In this test, we take a brick and we drop it from a height of 1 meters. So we take 5 bricks from each batch which arrives on site and we drop it from 5 meters. So the bricks should not break. At number 4, we have the dimension test or the dimension bricks test. In this test, we compare the dimensions of bricks or the measurements. We take 20 samples from a batch of bricks, we arrange them in a straight line, and then we use a single standard brick. And then we compare that single standard brick with the 20 arranged bricks. So the dimensions have to be similar, or they have to be very close, not far apart. At number 5, we have the soundness test. In this test, we strike two bricks into one another. So we select 2 bricks and strike them against one another, and a metallic sound should be produced when they're struck against one another. So in the soundness test, we are looking for a metallic sound, which would be produced when we strike 2 bricks into one another. And of course, the bricks should not also break. Similarly, we have the structure and homogeneity test. So we break a brick in exactly the middle and we inspect it. So when we are inspecting it, we have to make sure that there are no additives added into it, and there are no pores and there are no voids inside the brick. So the structure is homogeneous throughout. So that's the structure homogeneity test. And then finally we have the hardness test, which is at number 7. So we scratch the surface with a piece of metal. In this test, we take a piece of metal, or you can even use your nails. And then we scratch the surface of the brick with a piece of your nail or your metal. And the brick should not be scratched, and even the color of it should not be changed. So that's at number 7, the hardness test, in which you scratch the surface of a brick with a piece of metal or the human nail. Both of them works on site. So these were 7 tests which you can do on brick masonry, and these are tests which every supervisor and site engineer must be familiar with. So see you in the next video, and have a good day. Thank you.